A former top aide in New York is accused of using her position to live a life of luxury and benefit Chinese interests. Federal prosecutors say Linda's son acted as an undeclared spy for China, persuading two New York governors to take actions favorable to China in exchange for millions of dollars in side deals. Prosecutors allege she and her husband used the money to fund a lavish lifestyle, for example, paying cash for this nearly $4 million Long Island mansion. Get out to NewsNation's Jessica Kartalija, who is live in New York with the very latest on this. So, Jessica, this trial getting underway today.
Yeah, opening statements just wrapped up, Nichole, and prosecutors said that this is a case of fraud and betrayal. They expect this trial to last anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. There are 19 indictments against the couple that span more than a decade. The jury is made up of 10 women and 2 men, which is very interesting. It got off to a delay, or it got off to a later start than anticipated. And immediately after opening statements, they started to call witnesses. Linda's son held senior posts in New York state government under both Governor Andrew Cuomo and Governor Kathy Hochul, including a role as deputy chief of staff. So very high up positions. Her husband, Chris Hu, had several businesses in Queens. He was taking copious notes throughout opening statements. The son is accused of using her government role and her relationships with Chinese government officials to steer key state decisions and government contracts in ways that benefited the Chinese government, as well as her husband and their associates. During the COVID pandemic, for example, she is accused of directing the state to buy PPE from vendors tied to their family. The defense says that she may have just made a few administrative mistakes along the way, buying masks from people that they knew, when meanwhile she was just trying to, quote unquote, do her job. She allegedly also halted meeting requests between the governor's office and Taiwanese officials. Son is also accused of violating the Foreign Agents Registration Act, along with visa fraud, alien smuggling, and money laundering. Her husband, Nichole, charged with money laundering, conspiracy to commit bank fraud, and in a later indictment, tax evasion. Prosecutors say that the money and the gifts that they received were just massive, totaling millions of dollars in cash.
Yeah, so some very serious allegations here, Jessica, and federal prosecutors consider this a national security issue because she and her husband used their positions to make a profit as well as to benefit a foreign government.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Nichole. And some of the gifts that they were receiving were really incredible. Take a look at this. Tickets to a ballet performance at Lincoln Center, salted ducks that were prepared by the Chinese consulate's personal chef, jobs for son's relatives. They also used money to buy that lavish Long Island home that you showed, valued at $4 million, $2 million Hawaii condo on Honolulu, 2024 Ferrari, other luxury cars. So again, it'll be very interesting to see how this all plays out. They have both pleaded not guilty. They could face several years behind bars if they are convicted of corruption. And again, we're just going to watch this very closely. They, of course, would have to give back all of those assets if they were to be found guilty, Nichole.
Yeah, quite a list of assets there. Okay, Jessica, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.